Welcome back, everyone, for another exciting travel vlog. Today we are in the city of Fort Worth, Texas. We are going through the pages of history today. Over 50 years ago, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Right before where he went to Dallas, right here in Fort Worth. That hotel. Let's talk about it. To be back in the day known as Hotel Texas. Today it's the Hilton Fort Worth Hotel. But this is where JFK made his final two speeches of his life, slept the final night of his life right in here on the 8th floor. If we count them, you can kind of see where the 8th floor is. And then the following day, as we all know, was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald. Just a short 30-minute drive east in Dallas, Texas. So this hotel has been renamed, rebuilt, redesigned so many times. However, the exterior of the building looks exactly the same as it did back in the year 1963. Like I said, it used to be called Hotel Texas. Today, it's owned by Hilton Fort Worth Hotel. JFK slept on the 8th floor, which we are going to try and get to today if they allow us in the hotel. They should. We're not staying there, but you know, should have no issues getting in and up the elevator. I don't know. We're going to see. However, we are also going to head over there. They actually have a statue of JFK that we'll see where he made his second to last speech. He came out in front of the hotel, made a speech to the crowd. I don't think there's any videos of it, but there is photos, and there is his whole speech you can see on YouTube. And then his final speech ever was made the day he died in the Crystal Ballroom, which hopefully we can get an idea of where that is. But let's head over to the statue now and see a little bit of history today. Let's go. This is nice. There's a little park here. And the statue is over there. Hilton. Texas flags, American flags. So I was counting the steps or the stairs before. So here's 4-1, obviously. That'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right on that floor. Coming up on the statue. There he is. On Nicole, there's your boxwoods. This is where he made his final speech. There's the hotel. There's a photo of him and Jackie walking right out those doors. Coming right over here. This is where JFK made his second to last final speech.
of the United States.
Vice President, Jim Wright, Governor, Senator Yarborough, Mr. Buck, ladies and gentlemen, there are no faint hearts in Fort Worth, and I appreciate your being here this morning. Mrs. Kennedy is organizing herself. It takes longer.
This is nuts. It's crazy. And all the reporters and all the people would have been all lined along the streets here. Crazy day in history. They really made this just a really nice memorial for him, and it's called the John F. Kennedy President's Circle. I'm sure at night, because they have lights in there as well that light up, but let's take a look. November 22nd, 1963. Before that day's tragedy saddened Americans everywhere, the people of Fort Worth reveled in President John F. Kennedy's enthusiastically received visit to our city. It's him and Jackie, of course. Wow, and I just noticed this is a waterfall. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Wow, look at that waterfall. It's nice. And here he is. That's the hotel in the background. Talking about all these worths. There he is. Right there. That was right here. And then, of course, everyone out in the street. There's JFK. Wow. Now, since we are right here in Fort Worth, I want to give a shout out to the king of rock and roll, my favorite man, Mr. Elvis Aaron Presley, because that's the Fort Worth Convention Center. Elvis played there. Also, what I find really cool about this area, not only did JFK spend his final night in here, but while Elvis was playing at the Fort Worth Convention Center, he also, king of rock and roll, spent the night there. Long live the king. There's another look at the Fort Worth Convention Center. Maybe someday there will be something that I want to see that we'll go in and check out, but there it is, literally right down the street from the memorial, right there. This is where it all happened the day before. All right. Goodbye, JFK. Let's try and see if we can get into the Hilton Fort Worth. We've made it inside. Wow. So Nicole just read these horses are actually made of barbed wire. Dang, look at that, they are. All right, we're going on to number 8. We made it inside, and we're going up the elevator. So back in the day, rooms 806, 807, 808, that's where the suite was for JFK. That's where he slept. We're gonna see it now. Just getting off the elevator, this is the first thing we see. This is the photo of them coming out the hotel. And this back then was the suites. 806, 807, 808. There we go. Oh man. Or no, it's 810, I'm sorry. So it's 806, 808, 810. So then this was the suite that JFK and Jackie slept. And this is where he spent his last night. Right in here. Can't believe I'm seeing this right here. That's nuts. So today they have the suites, they call it the President's Suite. That's actually on the 15th floor. I think I could be wrong, but they made it, that's like the suite equal to today what was back then right here. So yeah, it's called the President's Suite. They have like a whole, pretty much a replica of what his room would have looked like, but it's where JFK spent his final night. Crazy. Heading back down, Texas Star. All right, so now we're on the first floor again, and we're gonna go try and find the Crystal Ballroom. That is where JFK made his final last speech, the day he died, in the ballroom. Let's go. All right, pretty sure the ballroom is up here somewhere. Definitely not on the first floor, but we'll find it. This is really nice hotel. It's actually not that expensive either. I saw it was like $116 a night, just, you know, that's normal, very reasonable. See if we can find the ballroom.
I proudly present the President of the United States.
I know now why everyone in Texas, Fort Worth, is so thin, having gotten up and down about 9 times. This is what you do every morning.
We found the ballrooms. They're labeled different letters of the alphabet, so like Crystal A, B, C. This behind here, this is where JFK made his final speech. Doors are locked. However, what we can see, Crystal D is open, and from the photos that I've seen, this is very, I mean, pretty much these are what these rooms look like. But right next door through this wall, this is where JFK made his final speech. These lights still look the same from the photos. I'll throw some photos in here of it, but these photos still look the same. Or yeah, photos, the lights still look the same. Wow. This is cool. This is right next to the Crystal Ballroom, where I made a speech, but Hilton Fort Worth has been a part of Fort Worth history for a long time. The hotel was added to the National Register of Historic Places 79, originally named Hotel Texas, which we already knew. Let's skip to the JFK. None would prove to be more significant than President John F. Kennedy and the First Lady Jacqueline. The President and First Lady stayed overnight in the presidential suite, which we just saw, and had breakfast in the Crystal Ballroom right there, with the President making what would turn out to be his final address to 2,000 visitors before they set off for Dallas, though, on the morning of November 22nd, 1963. so you can revisit that through photos. But right in here, right, so we did find a door that was open. And apologize for what I said earlier. I was wrong. Nicole was right. She gets the credit. But this whole thing was the ballroom. The walls are up now, but JFK, for all we know, could have stood right there making his final speech. But yeah, it's the whole corridor, which we'll go look now. But yeah, door was open. It's cool. But this whole thing, there's walls in between them now. But this was all big, one ballroom. Final speech. Just walking through this hotel, it's just stepping back in time in history to 1963. And it's something. It's definitely something. So now going out, leaving the ballrooms, out back through here, and here we are again. Now, funny enough, from the time I'm filming this, a week ago, if you have Amazon Prime, I highly suggest you check this out. But on Amazon Prime, they have a movie called Parkland. And at first I thought it was about the Parkland school shooting. However, once I clicked on it, it tells the story of the Parkland Hospital in Dallas that JFK was taken to right after he was fatally shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. So the movie's based on that. I won't go into all the details, but they start here. It's a real movie, it's not a documentary. Like Zac Efron plays the doctor, and there's other famous actors who were in this movie. Really good put together movie. So highly suggest you check that out. If you have Amazon Prime, you can find it on Amazon Prime, the TV, Parkland. Check it out. Now, right down from the Crystal Ballroom, they have a bunch of cool photos that show when JFK was here. So there he is, leaving to go make his speech, or maybe to go to Dallas itself. Crowds waiting outside. Here we just were. There's the Crystal Ballroom. There they are, him and Lyndon B. Johnson in the Crystal Ballroom. Well, that's where we were outside. There's Jackie, Lyndon B, and JFK, of course. Wow. Something. Well, everyone, that wraps up for me today. Hope you enjoyed this amazing, fun, very historical travel vlog. I'm so glad I got to do this. Obviously, I was not around when everything happened here, but I have been to Daley Plaza right in Dallas. I've seen the spot where JFK was assassinated. I saw the room where Lee Harvey Oswald shot him from. And since then, I've been really fascinated with the JFK story, especially now since we live in Dallas. So there will be a part 2 to this. My parents are coming down in the fall. My dad's a big history buff as well, just like I am. Probably where I get the gene from. But we're going to go to the 6-4 Museum at Daley Plaza where Oswald shot JFK. That video will be coming this fall. So be on the lookout for that once it comes around. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Until next time, we'll see y'all soon on the Travel Channel. Signing off from the old Hotel Texas, Hilton Fort Worth Hotel, as it's known today. the last place JFK slept. Take care, guys. We'll see y'all soon. Have a good one.